Oh, I'm just back. You can see it's pretty dark now. I was back just before dark, just in time. So on today's adventure, which I've just returned to, oh God, I'm tired. Not been up a hill for a while, or attempted a hill for a while, that's for sure. Yeah, so today's adventure was all about testing my knee out. I did it 5 or 6 weeks ago and failed miserably. I don't know if you remember seeing that one with the snowshoes, but yeah, today I'm heading up this mountain behind me, and we'll see if we got to the top. There's a few things which, not just my knee, but there's a few things that were, against me getting to the summit on this one, but did I make it or did I not? Let's go back to a few hours ago where I'm starting off right here, going up to the hill, and I'll report back in the van right at the end of the video. Right, time for something to eat for me.
It'd been a few months, maybe 2 or 3, since I'd actually hurt my knee, and I think I did that just by overdoing it. I'd been on quite a few wild camping adventures with big heavy packs and camera gear and all that sort of stuff, and it's nothing really new to me. In the distant past, I used to get quite a lot of knee problems before surgery, so I had tested my knee out a few weeks before and failed miserably. So I decided to give it a rest for 5 or 6 weeks and then test it on a small hill. And what better small hill to test it on than the best wee mountain in the world, which is Stac Pollaidh up in Assynt. It's a bit of a drive, so yeah, I set off and headed up towards Assynt in the car from Perthshire all the way up, which is a good distance to go. And after a good 3.5, 4 hours, I was finally arriving at my destination. I'd driven through snow on the higher routes, but over here towards the coast there wasn't quite so much snow lower down, and I could see my target ahead of me, the wonderful mountain of Stac Pollaidh. It wasn't early, and my original plan had been to settle down in the car park overnight and head up the following morning, but listening to the forecast on the way up, the weather had changed and it was to be really wet the following day, so I decided to chance my arm and head up the night before. So I parked up and headed straight up the hill because I needed to get going. There wasn't many hours of daylight left, so up I headed, just hoping that my knee would hold out.
Oh, it's good to be back out, I can tell you that. So I've probably already done an intro. My knee's holding out okay. I've probably done about 100, 200 metres vertically, and it's I can feel it a wee bit, so it's hard to say, because when I was out the last time it was okay for a wee while, then I got sore. It's really going to be coming back down where the test is, but so far I'm about 70% happy. So this is the amazing mountain I'm going up. The best wee mountain in the world for sure, 100% the best. And there's a few things, I don't know if I'm going to make the top. There's three things that I think is going to stop me. One, my knee, which you know all about. 2's daylight. I've only got about an hour till the sun goes down. And 3, it's forecast to be quite windy up there. 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts. It's not anything like that down here, but up there and down here, 2 completely different things. 4 things actually, and 4th is there's a scramble to get to the true summit, and I'm not sure if I'll do that, especially if it's windy and my knee's sore. So let's just plod on and we'll see how many he is. I might be coming back in 5 minutes, who knows, but it's just nice to get back out. Whew, let's go.
It's hard not to get excited in this landscape, and as I headed on, things were looking pretty good. The weather was showing no signs of that rain arriving, and the wind wasn't too bad round the back of the hill in the shelter. And I headed round, and there's a lovely path which takes you up to the Bealach in this mountain, and I followed that round, and before long, as I gained height, I started to hit that snow line. So I needed to take a wee bit of care on some of those slippy rocks, especially with my sore knee.
Well, there's a fifth and final thing, which might stop me getting to the summit, and that's I'm absolutely knackered. It's been, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks since I've been in the hill, and let's just get up here, my hill fitness is certainly needing some work. But the good news is, at the moment my knee's still okay, so let's go on a wee bit further and just see how far we go. But we are 25 minutes till sundown, so I'm not feeling that confident. Let's go. Wow, what a place. Oh wow, there's a wee bit of sunshine almost. The summit, well, not quite the summit. This is the eastern top, but look at this behind me. I've almost timed it perfectly. It's just a wee slither, a wee gap in the clouds, and the sun's poking through. Lovely. It almost feels like this is the only part of the whole landscape that I'm on that has got a wee bit of light on it. Beautiful. So this is the eastern top of Stac Pollaidh. The big and main top's over there, but I don't think I'm going to head up there. I might just loiter here and take some pictures. But I've camped up here before. It's a lovely, lovely spot, and the landscapes round about here are just some of the best anywhere in the world, in my opinion. It's absolutely fabulous. So, yeah, my knee's actually okay, but the big test is going down. So as I said, I'm going to loiter here for a bit, maybe take some photos, and I'll report back in a wee while. Right, let's take some pictures. Look at this. Wow. Woo.
I hadn't been expecting any light for photography at all, so I quickly took some snaps. And I think at this point I'd already decided I wasn't going to be going up to the main summit. I was quite happy having made it this far. Light was running out. I think had I gone to the main summit I would have been coming down the scrambles in the dark, so I stopped and took a bit of time to take some photographs here.
Woo-wee! Oh, I have to be careful here. Hopefully you can hear me, because the wind's whistling up the mountain here. It is feeling, it's maybe, 20-25 mile an hour here. It's not been too bad on the other side, so sheltered, but wow. Anyway, right, I've taken some pictures. They were alright. I'm going to start heading back now. This is where it's going to test my knee out, but what a place to come. Whoa! I want to come back a bit out of this wind and continue this bit of camera, because this isn't a place to get blown off my feet. Woo! Right. Oh, it's windy. Just a wee bit back from the edge there, and the wind's kind of gone up over the top of me, so hopefully you can hear me a bit better now. I can speak a bit better. Yeah, so yeah, that's the sun going down. It's going to be dark. I think I probably still have another hour, but because there's bad weather moving in, there's a weather front due in a couple of hours. I'm going to get back down off the mountain and then back to the warmth of the van. Am I disappointed I've not made the top? Well, no, I'm ecstatic, because I've made it to the top here. My knee hasn't been sore yet, but as I said, the big test is going down. I'll come back up here. I'll put up some footage now of the summit, the true summit of Stac Pollaidh. The best part of it, to be honest with you, is from here to the summit. There's lots of little bits of scrambling and just a fantastic, fantastic mountain. But there is a bad step right at the end, and it's a bit breezy. It might be getting dark by that point, so I'll leave it for another day. So let's head down and see how my knee copes on the downward journey. Let's just hope some of this snow, it was a bit icy on the way up, so I'm hoping I'm not going to slip. I might put my micro spikes on, but we'll see how we get on. Right, enough waffling, let's go.
The journey wasn't over yet. As with all hill trips, you're only halfway around the trip when you get to the top, and light was starting to run out, and I knew that I had to be careful on the way down. This was the real test for my knee, was the downward downward direction, which has always made it really sore and whenever I've tested it in the last wee while. Anyway, so down I went, and it wasn't too bad. It wasn't 100%, but I was quite happy with how it was going. And yeah, because it was taking a bit of time, the light was starting to run out, but that was not a problem. Having a nice path and had 3 head torches with me, I knew I'd be fine, so I picked my way down the hillside carefully, following that path, watching the landscapes slowly fade as darkness took over. And after a bit more walking, I was soon back down towards the car, although I did have to get the head torch on at this point. With darkness starting to surround me, I was glad to get back to the sanctuary of the van, and I set about just getting myself comfy. That rain hadn't arrived yet, so that was another good reason to be down. And I was quite happy. My knee was quite sore, but it was a good test for it, and yeah, it could have gone worse like the last time. And yeah, I was relatively happy, but I was starting to get hungry, so it was time to get my tea on and nice and warm in the van.
Oh, right. Well, I'm back in the van. It's, what time are we at now? 5 to 9. I've had my grub, my new favourite van food, very healthy. I think these were called steak slices, but I call them Lorne sausages. But I don't know, flat, square sausages? What would you call them? I just always call them Lorne sausages. Let me know what you think. Is that maybe a local Perthshire thing, or just... I don't know if you get these sausages down south. Anyway, we digress. So, my knee, touch wood, has been okay. It's still letting me know it's there, but certainly it's a lot better than the last time where it clearly wasn't ready for the hills. So there's hope there. I still don't think I'm 100%. How did I find today? I was ecstatic, basically, because I could get to where I was wanting to go. Although I didn't make it to the true summit of Stac Pollaidh, I got to the eastern top, which was good enough for me. I've been up to the main summit 3 or 4 times. I'll put some footage up now of a time I was up there. It's just fabulous. But the eastern summit's special as well, and it's a bit more accessible. And certainly today, the daylight wasn't going to allow me to get right up to the top, and it was blowy, although it wasn't as blowy as I thought it would be. But in certain places it was just catching you, and you know, scrambling up there if a bit of wind hits you. And it's, I think, if memory serves me right, the bad step just before the summit is right at the head of a gully, so I would have thought that the winds would have been gusting up there just like they were when I was standing on that precipice. So yeah, what have I been doing? I've been taking lots of supplements. I don't know if they're helping or not, but I've also been doing stretching, knee strengthening exercises. I have started stretching, which has helped my back in the last year, but I've kind of been doing maybe 20 to 30 minutes of stretching every night to try and see if that helps, and some strengthening, basic physio on my knee, because the last thing I want is more surgery. So yeah, happy that I've made up my first hill in about I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks. Let's see what the future holds. I'm not going to go straight out there and start doing massive routes. I think I need to gradually build my fitness up again, but also just let that knee, heal itself properly. As I said, it's not sore, but it's letting me know that it's there, if that makes sense. Anyway, what a wonderful hill Stac Pollaidh is. I'm going to spend the night in the van. The weather's to change overnight. So if you're still watching this far in, thank you very much for watching. As always, stay safe out there, and I'll see you next week for another adventure. Right, I'm going to go and chill in the van, read some books, eat some rubbish food, and then hit the hay before getting up and driving home in the rain tomorrow. See you later.